This is an overview of my Zanussi and my parents' Beko. Let's start with the Zanussi first. Let's have a look at the door. Because this door's been replaced once because the previous owner whacked the handle out really hard too often, and it's caused cracking. So I replaced that. So now it's all normal. Other than that, it was still working even with the cracks, but I replaced it with a not cracked one. The door doesn't open all that far. Inside the drum. Here's the drum. Yeah, standard drum pattern around the for the holes in the drum. And paddles. There's the drum. I'd say that's quite a strong drum. There's the door seal. See, it's got this. I've always liked that on these Zanussis. You know, the holes just kind of go all the way around the seal. I always thought that was an interesting design. Got this thingy there. It's probably from the jet system model, but mine's not a jet system. I'll show you the other side. It's just rubber. There's the drying duct. Probably see up there. Here's up the drying duct. Of course, I don't use that part. The dry part doesn't work on this particular machine. I don't know what this thing here is for. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to get a flathead screwdriver. But I think I can turn it with my nail. Don't know what that is. Let me know in the comments what that's for. Of course, we have our detergent drawer. Comes out quite far. We have a pre-wash compartment, main wash compartment. We have a conditioner compartment. To remove it, just push this little button right here. Push that, removes the drawer, and the little drain hole thingies at the back. Let's have a look at the programs. So program 1, cotton 90, you can have the spin up to 1400 RPM, and you can have rinse old, you can have eco, and quick wash, extra rinse, you have drying time, it goes all the way up to I think like 2 hours and 30. Oh no, maybe 3 hours and 30. No, goes up to about, I think about 3 hours and 30 or something like that. I don't know. With easy iron, limits the spin down to 900, and then you have delay start, which I think goes up to 20 hours. Goes up 20 hours. Program 2 is the same thing, it's just 60. 3 is 40. 4 is 30. And 5 is cold. 6 is pre-wash 90, you can have all the same options and stuff as you can on normal cotton. You can even have quick wash and pre-wash. That's interesting. 7 is 60 and 8 is 40. Going with pre-wash. 9 is synthetic 60. You can have a spin up to 900 RPM. You can pre-wash. You can have extra rinse. You can have drying function. Obviously on my one it's not gonna work since the drying compartment doesn't work on my one. Let's reset that. You can have easy iron. You can have the same delay style thing on all the programs. Except number 23. Program 10, same thing, but 40 degrees. 11 is 30 degrees, and 12 is cold. 13 is delicate 40. You can have either 700 spin or rinse hold. You can have quick wash, not eco. You can have extra rinse. You can't have dry. You can't have easy iron. Program 14 is the same thing, but 30 and program 15 is cold. Program 16 is jeans 40 degrees. You have up to 1200. You can't have quick wash or eco wash. You can't have extra rinse. You can't have dry, but you can have easy iron. Program 17, hand wash 40. You can have up to 900 RPM. You can't have quick wash or eco wash. You can't have extra rinse. You can't have drying. And you can't have easy iron. Program 18 and 19 are the same thing, just 30 and cold. We have program 20, drying cottons, obviously. You can go all the way up to 3 hours and 40. And with synthetic dry, which is program 21, yes, you can go all the way up. Alright, I've just gone past it. Two hours and 10, program 22, rinse. You can have a spin up to 1400 RPM. You can't have these, obviously, because they're for wash. You can have an extra rinse. You can't have drying. You can have easy iron. Of course, limits it to 900 RPM. Program 23 is just a drain cycle. It's only 2 minutes, and it drains out any water in the machine. And you can't have any of these options. You can't even have a delay timer. Program 24, spin. You can have all these, but not rinse hold. Right, now onto the Beko. Right, now we're on the Beko. So, Start with the door. A little loose one, that's... Oh, I just hit my phone with the door, whoops. There's the drum. Here's the paddle. Here's the drum. Inside the seal. Bit more of a standard design compared to the Zanussi. Drawer, you have your pre-wash, your main wash powder, and your main wash liquid, and your fabric softener. So programs, I'm gonna start with cottons. You're gonna have your spin up to 1600 temperature, up to 90, let's say 40. You have pre-wash, quicker wash, extra rinse, anti-crease, which limits the spin down to 800 RPM. You have your delay timer, which I think goes up to 20. Oh, you can't hold it on this. You have to keep clicking it. Goes up to 24 hours. Can I just reset it by doing that? Yes, I can. Right, so Cotton's Eco goes up to 60, goes up to 1600 RPM. But you can't have any of these options. Which is annoying because on the Zanussi you can actually have pre-wash and an extra rinse. But of course on this, oh, you can on the Beko. I mean, you can't have eco wash and extra rinse on the Beko. It's not. It won't. It's like, anyway. Baby toddler clothing. This goes up to 1600. And it goes up to 90, but you can't have cold. Just gonna set that at 40. You can't have pre-wash. You can't have quick wash. You have to have extra rinse. You can't have anti-crease. Daily quick, 7 kg. Up to 1400 RPM. And up to 90 degrees. You can't have pre-wash. You can't have quicker wash. You can't have extra rinse. You can't have anti-crease. Express. Super short, 2 kg. You have up to 1400 RPM, but it changes the thing to the time to 20 minutes, whereas if you set it down to 600, it changes it to 14 minutes. Rinse hold 12 minutes. No spin 10 minutes. You have to have 30 or no heat. Pre-wash, no. No quicker wash, no extra rinse. Oh, you can have extra rinse, but no anti-crease. Freshen up. The spin goes up to 1200. no heat, no pre-wash, no quicker wash, no extra rinse, no anti-crease, Eco Clean 20, go up to 1600 RPM. You have to have 20 degrees. You can't have pre-wash. You can't have quicker wash. You can't have extra rinse. You can't have anti-crease. Self-clean. You have to have 800. You have to have 70 degrees. You can't have pre-wash. You can't have quicker wash. You have to have extra rinse. You can't have anti-crease. And then spin. This is spin plus drain. It goes up to 1600. Down to no spin to turn it into just a drain cycle. Also, you can actually add a delay timer to a drain cycle, which I don't quite see why you'd want to do that, but on this machine you can. Obviously, none of these options are available. Rinse, the same options as spin, but you also get the addition of rinse hold. You can't have these three, obviously, but you can't have extra rinse, which I think is a bit weird, I shall say. Hand wash, especially with the fact you can't have extra rinse on the rinse cycle on this. You can't on my WMB either, but on my old Pro Smart inverter you could. Hand wash, oops, I accidentally pressed the delay timer by mistake. Whoops. You can have up to 1200. You can have 30 degrees or no heat. You can't have pre-wash. You can't have quicker wash. You can't have extra rinse. You can't have anti-crease. Woolens, you can have up to 1200. You can have up to 40 degrees. I'm going to set it at 30. You can't have pre-wash. You can't have quicker wash. You can have extra rinse. You can't have anti-crease. Dark hair goes up to 1200. Temperature up to 40. You can't have pre-wash. You can't have quicker wash. You have to have extra rinse. You can't have anti-crease. Shirts goes up to 800. Temperature goes up to 60. You can have pre-wash. You can have extra quicker wash. You can have extra rinse. You have to have anti-crease. Mixed fabrics. You can go up to 1200. 40 degrees. You can have pre-wash. You can have quicker wash. You can have extra rinse. And you can have anti-crease. And last, synthetics. You can have up to 1200. You can have up to 60 degrees. I'm going to set it at 40. You can have pre-wash. You can have quicker wash. You can have extra rinse. And you can have anti-crease. And we're back at cottons. That's good. Hope you've enjoyed this video. And see you in the next video. Bye.